Hi guys, so today I'm making a cloth diapering video because it is by far my most requested video that I get all the time asked to make on Instagram and YouTube, so I'm finally making this video. I'm not an expert, just a disclaimer. I'm just going to share with you what I do and what I've learned so far since cloth diapering 2 babies. So I'm going to show you what diapers I use and what diapers I tried before that I didn't like. Cloth diapering is great because you use less plastic, that's an obvious one. You save about $2,000 per year when you do cloth diapers versus plastic diapers. And can you just like think about how many plastic diapers pile up in the landfill every year and just either end up in the ocean or hang out in the landfill? How many babies are in the world? How much plastic diapers build up because of that? So this is why I love cloth diapers. Yes, you use water because you have to wash the cloth diapers, but I find that a much more sustainable way to take care of babies than using plastic diapers. A lot of people will say, well, why don't you just do, what's it called? A lot of people have asked me, well, why don't you just do diaper free? My sister-in-law did a lot of that. Why can't I think of the word, what it's called? Anybody? What's the word? My babies poop a lot, like 4 times a day, and I really don't want to deal with poop on the ground, cleaning that up all over my furniture 4 times a day. But we do let our kids roam around outside naked all the time and inside naked all the time too, but for the most part we do diapers, and what we choose to do is cloth diapers. So that's just what works for us. Whatever works for you, that's so great. I'm just telling you that like this is what I'm inspired by. I like cloth diapering because I really hate plastic and I try to avoid plastic as much as I can in my life. So let's move on to the diapers that I use currently for Sandy. The diapers I use for Sandy is Bum Genius, 2 main brands. Bum Genius, these are the 4.0 pocket diapers. Genius. What you do is there's an insert right here, and then there's 2 different ones. There's like a thick one and then a thinner one. And it goes like this, and it's super simple. You just place it inside like so. And what I love about the Bum Genius diapers, these are actually my favorite diapers. What I love about them is that when your baby pees, it goes through this cloth and soaks up and absorbs on this. So your baby isn't like sitting in pee if you don't like change it right away. Definitely don't be neglectful and don't change your baby's diaper, but I have found that my babies are super hydrated and pee and poop all day long. So if I was literally to change them every single time they have a little spritz of pee, or you know, I would be changing every single hour of the day. So that's what I use for Bum Genius. So I have a bunch of them, and these ones are my favorite because they are the most long lasting, especially the clip-in ones. I don't like the Velcro ones, and I'll tell you why. They're okay. They're cool because they're easier to put on your baby. So when you have a really squiggly baby, the Velcro ones are super easy. You just like, and then it like works and you're good. Your baby's good to go. But if you don't hang dry these diapers, the Velcro will wear off and then it'll start to rip off super easy. And before you know it, your baby is going to be ripping off his diaper like it's so easy. So that's why I don't like the Velcro ones as much. Unless if you're super on it to hang dry your diapers every single time, then go for the Velcro ones. They're so great because they are easier to put on your baby. But if you do use a dryer, I definitely recommend getting these ones. Or what you can do is use a dryer for the inserts and then just hang dry the outer layer or whatever, and then that way the Velcro won't get worn off. So that's another option too. I hang dry my diapers, but I went through a period where I got really excited to use a dryer to wash my diapers because in our last place that we lived for 3 years, we didn't have a dryer, so we hung dry everything. And then when we bought this house, there was a dryer here, and I was like, so excited, I'm gonna dry everything now. And I wish I didn't, because then these got worn off and now they don't work as good. Okay, so the next one that I use is called Soft Bums. Okay, these ones are great too because they are flexible and you can change the size based on the insert. Like so there's this little thing on the inside on both sides, and you can change making it longer, stretchier or not based on the size of the baby. So I do like that, though it is kind of hard in the beginning to figure out exactly what size is not going to be like clenching their legs and not going to be too loose to where like poop comes out of the diaper. So that's a little bit rough. That's one of the major reasons I like these the best, because there are 3 different sizes based on clipping it right here, and they all have worked perfectly as the baby grows. Yeah, so this is going to be the cover, and then what you do is you take these long ones and you clip it right here, and you're going to clip that second one. There's 2 different layers. And you clip it right in there. Okay, and then you're gonna fold it over your baby. And again, the Velcro thing, not so good if you're gonna use a dryer. So here's the buckle ones. Okay, so the main difference between these ones is that with this one, if your baby pees, you can keep this insert, you can keep the outer shell and just take this off and replace a fresh insert and keep your baby in the same one. Whereas with this one, if your baby pees, you need to change the whole diaper, because even though most of the pee goes through and hangs out on this cloth, there's still slight like pee residue on here, so you're gonna want to change it and give them a whole new fresh diaper. So you do need to buy more full diapers if you're gonna use the Bum Genius. If I had to do it all over again, I would do this. I would just do all of these ones. I don't know why, I just prefer them because I feel like they're more snug, they fit better, I haven't had any leakage problems with them. This one I have had leakage problems sometimes, but if you're really good about like changing the size based on your baby's growth, then you might like this one better. Just do some research on their websites and see which one will be better for you. The other option is I did buy a few secondhand diapers on Craigslist because I thought, oh, that would be nice to get like secondhand, because I'm always down for buying secondhand rather than new things anyways. But they're really cute diapers, I will have to say. They have like little zebras on them and stuff. But I definitely would recommend not buying the diapers that are like made of cloth on the outside. They're great, but they just don't last very long, and then the pee, like it doesn't keep their bottom very dry, so you have to change them way more often. So that's why I don't like these. And both of my babies, Elvis and Sandy, have been super sensitive to like wetness on their bum. And you know, nobody, even babies, they don't want to walk around with like a wet bum. So that's why I love the newer inventions. The cloth diapers have come so far. Think about what it was just 50 years ago. There was not this type of thing. It was all like cloth that would like soak your baby's bottom. That's one thing I love about new inventions and technology, is they have come a long way in something. When you think about like these can last for like, for anyone who has like 3 kids, 4 kids, you can use all of these for like just one set of diapers for all of your kids, because they're super sturdy and long lasting. And you could probably even hand them down to the next person when you like strip the diapers and wash them really thoroughly. So yeah, so these ones aren't my favorite, but they are really cute. And if you are able to look on Craigslist and find some secondhand ones that are cloth, it's fun to have a few of them. Alright, now I'm going to talk about the cloth diapers that I used for when Elvis was a baby and why I did not like them. Let me go grab them, be right back. Okay, so your next option, instead of using all-in-one diapers or like the new invention type of diapers, is to use PreFolds. That's what I used for my first baby when Elvis was a baby. They're cheaper than the newer inventive ones. I think if you buy a full pack of the PreFolds with the covers, it ends up being like $200. But if you end up going for the newer inventive ones, it's going to be like $400, so you do spend a little more, but it's an investment that you end up using for a long time. This is what the PreFolds look like. Here's the newborn PreFolds. These are unbleached Indian PreFold diapers. This is the infant size. So I think I had like 20 of this one, and then I had 20 of the large ones as well for a larger size when they get bigger. What are you doing, Dad? Hi guys. Well, I'm filming a video. Do you want to see what I'm talking about? I'm talking about diapers. Exciting stuff, huh? Okay, so for the first 6 months, you'll use the smaller diapers, smaller inserts, or the PreFolds, and then you use the larger ones for up until they're done using diapers. And what you do is, oh my gosh, I haven't done this in so long. You fold it like this. Okay, yes. Okay, you're gonna fold it like this, and you're going to put the baby's bum inside. And you go like this, and then you wrap it around. This is not a good demonstration, I'm sorry, but I'll tell you why I don't like these diapers. You can make your own informed choice, of course, but this is how you fold it, and then you're gonna get one of those snappies. So I think I had like 6 to 8 snappies, and you snap it through there. And the one pee will soak right through it, so you need to have a cover, otherwise you're gonna have pee all over, and you might as well just do the, what is it called? Elimination something. I can't believe I'm blanking. Anyway, so then you're gonna put the cover over here, and you're gonna clip it, and that's gonna be for the cover, and this is what the PreFolds look like. The reason why I don't like the PreFolds is because they don't keep your baby's bottom dry at all. If there's one pee, it literally soaks up their bottom. Maybe not all babies, I'm sure not all babies are sensitive, but my babies were very sensitive to having their bottoms be wet. They were very prone to rash if it was wet. So I was dealing with baby rash all the time with these diapers. Okay, so I had to deal with diaper rash all the time with these types of diapers. So after a year, I gave up on these diapers and I was very not satisfied with them. So that's why I don't use the PreFolds. I actually sold most of them on Craigslist, and the mom who ended up using them, she said they work great for her baby. So I think it's just not every baby is quite as sensitive, or maybe not every baby pees as much. My babies pee a lot. And here's how cute are these little designs. This girl, Chelsea Perry, who makes these really cute designs, is actually one of my best friend's cousin. I think it's her cousin who made the designs, and they're really, really pretty. So that's the deal with diapers. If you're gonna get one of these, if you're gonna get the more new inventive diapers like the Bum Genius ones, there's also other brands you can explore as well. These are just the ones that I use that I really like. If you're going to get these, I would recommend getting about 25 to 28 diapers. That's been my experience for what works good for me. If you get the Bum Genius. If you get all soft bums, you would need about 25 to 30 of the insert stuff, and then about 10 to 12 to 15 of these ones, gauging on what you think you might need and how often you're going to wash the diapers. You're going to want to wash the diapers at least every other day. Every other day works for me, but I've talked to other moms who wash their baby's diaper But I've talked to other moms, some friends who cloth diapers, they wash their baby's diapers every day. And there's lots of different methods you can use. You can look up online like what's the best way to wash your baby's diaper, and I'm not an expert on it, but from what works for me is I have a wet bag. Let me go get that. Once the diaper is soiled and has been used, I put it in this wet bag. You can get a larger one as well. I had a larger one, but the zipper broke, and then this was supposed to be like my portable one, which when there's no diapers in it, it shrinks really small, so you can take it around when you go out. I know a lot of moms who, when they go out, they use plastic diapers because they don't want to deal with having like a soiled diaper in their purse, but I have found it actually super easy and sustainable just to bring one of these wet bags. It's called Wet Bag. So these smaller ones work great into your purse. You can put them in your purse, no problem. When you need to change a diaper, just put the soiled diaper in here. It doesn't smell at all. You cannot smell anything through it. So that's what I do for when I'm out and about, is using a small wet bag. And since my large wet bag broke, I've been using this one just to fill all the diapers in. And every other day, once the diaper bag gets full, I put it in the washer. I first do a cold rinse to rinse the diapers. And after it's rinsed, then I do a hot wash with about half the amount of recommended detergent. I use Country Save detergent to wash my diapers. Another green one is Rockin' Green, which I sometimes use, but I use about half the amount of recommended detergent to use for the diapers. You don't want to use too much or the detergent is going to build up in the diapers since you have to wash them every other day. Look online to whichever diaper brand you decide to buy. Look online the recommended amount of detergent to use, because some are going to be less, some are going to recommend less, some are going to say more. Or more than half of what the recommendation is. I also wanted to show you this cloth diaper bag from Fox and the Traveling Gypsy. I love anything recycled, upcycled, hand-me-down, secondhand. Those are my favorite way to handle anything mommyhood and just for myself as well. But I love them. It's super cute. It has a really nice thick zipper. So this is a perfect traveling wet bag. It's perfect to take in your purse, to put a couple diapers in when you're going to be out for the day, and then when you get home, you just take it out and pop it right into your big bag, and then you're going to wash your diapers every other day. So you want to do cold rinse, hot wash, cold rinse. That's what I've learned from all my years of learning about cloth diapering. Every couple months or so, you're going to want to strip the diapers. I'm not an expert at stripping, but you can look online to find your most natural way to strip the diapers. Basically getting rid of any buildup residue that you don't notice that doesn't get fully cleaned after washing, or from the detergent building up. So stripping your diapers every couple months will really be helpful. Another really helpful tip is to sun dry your diapers as much as you can. This is going to naturally bleach the diapers. If you live in a place where there's not much sunlight, you can't hang dry your diapers outside, you can use one of these little trolley things in here that I hang dry inside. I could take this outside since we don't have like a full-on hanging clip thing to hang outside. Wow, my words are terrible today. Clothesline, since we don't have a clothesline to hang outside in our new house. But where we live is so windy that this knocks down and won't stay up because we live in a very windy part of the island. So I hope this helps you or inspires you in any way. I know it can be really overwhelming at first figuring out cloth diapers. It kind of sounds like confusing, but once you get the hang of it, it's actually super easy. From the research I've done and the stats I've looked up, about 24 billion plastic diapers end up in the landfill each year. That is a lot of plastic. And that's just for diapers. Think about all the other ways plastic is used in our society today, which was only invented recently, and we don't even know how long it really takes to break down. most of the time they say 250 to 500 years for one plastic diaper to break down. That is a huge impact on the world. That if we can lessen that, that would be so great. Elimination communication. That's what the word I was looking for. I'm so inspired by moms who use elimination communication and who just like, you know, are all about it and go forth about it. I'm like really inspired by you guys. I just want to let you know that I found that cloth diapering is what works best for us, and just lots of naked free time. If you have any other questions about cloth diapers, go ahead and put your question down in the comments, and I'll try my best to answer, or other moms who cloth diaper I'm sure will be able to answer as well. And share your favorite brand. What's your favorite brand of cloth diaper if you cloth diaper? I think that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this helpful. I love my cloth diapers, and I'll see you soon.